You know, this weighs just under 1.5 pounds. And we know this scale is accurate because it was built in 1911 and it stands in the back of the oldest existing business in Santa Monica. We're in Busy Bee Hardware. Hi, I'm Phil Brock. This is Brock on Your Block. I'm standing with Laura Hausladen, who is the owner's daughter of this 94-year-old Santa Monica institution. We're inside the back room, a place that most people don't get to go here at Busy Bee Hardware. Tell me a little bit about the history of this venerable old business in Santa Monica.
My father was brought into the business the same day my grandfather came into the business in 1963. And before that, my grandfather was a hardware salesman for 49 years, most of that with the Busy Bee. He was offered the chance to purchase it because the owner was so grateful for the help that he had been to him as a hardware salesman. My grandfather had made sure that he had the right things there in the store, so he was able to make his business a go, and this guy was grateful to my grandfather.
Now, I understand it started off as a Busy Bee hardware and dry goods store, and its original location prior to 1922 was in downtown Santa Monica. But it's been here, has a hardware store for 94 years now.
And my grandfather was kind of instrumental in making it an all-hardware store because he was such a good hardware salesman. And he actually was very good friends with the owner of the building as well. The families have been good friends for, for all that time. And it just contributes to the whole family feeling of the store.
Family feeling. That is important because as an institution in Santa Monica, generations of Santa Monicans have come in here and shopped. This was my grandfather's favorite store. When I was a little kid, he would bring me in while he bought bathroom fixtures or more washers or nails or whatever it is he needed for his apartments.
You'd be surprised how many people have the exact same story that they tell us every day. So this store has been built around being of service to the community. My father has always felt very strongly about that. And I think that the community has really showed their support too. And we certainly appreciate that.
So, locally owned businesses. Hardware stores are disappearing. The behemoth that is Home Depot has swallowed up everything.
And what's special about us is we really do concentrate on customer service. People come to us with their little problems, and we work to solve them, whether it's finding the right nut, the right bolt, or finding...
Now, I may be the right nut. A lot of people in Santa Monica have called me that.
And we do pet keys, we have all sorts of different products. We have household cleaning products, we have just the regular hardware things.
So Busy Bee would be at home in a small town anywhere in our country. And even though Santa Monica no longer feels like a small town, this is a small town store.
It is. People come in here and they're just blown away by the selection of things we have as well as the whole museum feel.
Yeah, this is not a big store. I mean, actually, I've never been back in this area, but it's not a large store. And you have just a tremendous amount of merchandise here. It's interesting also that not only is this a neighborhood and community resource, but it's also a major resource for the city of Santa Monica. My understanding is the city of Santa Monica and the Santa Monica Malibu School District hold about 20 commercial accounts here at Busy Bee.
That's true.
So it's a business that not only our residents use, but our city uses as well.
And they have for years.
That's fantastic. That shows how valuable a business in the community can be. You look at this back room and there are just stacks of shovels, of pickaxes, of all kinds of different things. I'm here with Andy SKERRITT. You're one of the store managers of Busy Bee.
That's right.
And I understand that there are pictures along the walls of some of the people who shop here. I just heard about one. I heard that Bill Nye, the science guy, shops here, and he wrote on his picture, "Hardware is science."
That's right. Yeah, we have a lot of famous people who come in here. A lot of recognizable faces. Ewan McGregor, Jim Belushi, Donald Sutherland, Blythe Danner, a lot of people.
And as you work the counters of the store every day, do you have a lot of loyal clientele who have come to you for years?
Oh, and amazing. People come here all the time, over and over again. In fact, they always laugh about how they forget what they came in for and they'll come back later. And always say how much they value the store.
So it's actually also a social meeting place in Santa Monica.
Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah.
And you know, that's one of the great things about neighborhoods and the great things about cities is having those stores that you can just breathe in the history. And as you breathe in that history, you also get to know the staff. You get to know the people working here. And they know you. And it becomes a family place. Because your local hardware store is a little bit like going to the doctor. Because your apartment house or your house needs that tender, loving care that you help provide.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. That's why I'm here, is helping people solve their little problems. They come in, they don't know what they don't know what to ask for, so they call it a thingamajig, and we just work our way through it.
You know, I bought 4 thingamajigs here a couple of years ago, and they all worked.
And it's a fair price.
There you go. I like that. The building directly adjacent to you was purchased by UCLA, and it became a new parking lot.
That's correct.
And I understand that they did a little measurement, and as they did that measurement, they found that your owner's property encroaches onto their parking lot by how many inches?
It's 3 inches.
So they're now suing Busy Bee and suing the owner of your property because the wall that's been there for 50 years, they believe, encroaches onto their parking lot by 3 inches.
That's my understanding of how it's working. We are, in a suit. We filled out our discovery papers, and we're working on it.
So if you had to move the wall 3 inches, I think that would cause a lot of problems for your business.
They originally thought that there were 2 walls. One that was on the back of their building, and then the other that was our building. But they found out when they were starting to knock it down that it was actually 1 wall.
So you're talking about a lawsuit, the case of the missing 3 inches. That is really an attempt by UCLA to say they want to enforce their property claims. But I understand there's even more to this story. My understanding is the owner of the property is now in negotiation to sell this building, which Busy Bee unfortunately never purchased, to UCLA Medical.
That's true. And Busy Bee has appreciated the long-standing relationship we have with the owner of the building, who has, like I say, we've been family friends for a long time.
So if UCLA Medical buys this property from your owner, I've heard rumors that they want you to vacate and that they want to tear down the building because it'll add up to 15 valet parking spaces to their lot directly adjacent to this.
I know they are in negotiations, and my understanding is they would want us to vacate the building before they purchase it.
Before they purchase it. Wow. So 94-year-old business. It might be purchased by UCLA Health Campus because Santa Monica Hospital is directly north of this building. But it begs the question, what's important to our community? What is it that Santa Monica values? You have a hardware store that serves our neighborhoods, it serves our community, it has served generations of Santa Monicans. Yet, it could be evicted before it turns 100 for more valet parking. Now, we have a city standard that says we want to discourage more parking in Santa Monica. We want to encourage alternative forms of transportation. Shouldn't UCLA Medical also be encouraging alternative forms of transportation? And shouldn't they want the preservation of a long-term business in the city of Santa Monica? Even though this sale isn't consummated, and it may not happen, my suggestion is you write the dean of UCLA Medical and let him know that you value Busy Bee hardware, minus the dry goods, and that it is a staple, no pun intended, of our community. For Brock and your block, I'm Phil Brock.